as he was telling his story about the woman. I was like, I wonder if that was me in the airport. I think I'm very attractive. I think I am, and I think I am a beautiful woman, and I'm just I say it, we all need to say it. She's beautiful, we are beautiful women. Women are interesting to look at. Women are all enchanting. Given the chance to admire any woman in line at an airport, I've once fallen in love with a 13-year-old girl and her mother at an airport. She was wearing hardly any clothes, and the mom looked pissed about it. But not in the way like, my daughter's dressed, scantily clad, in the way that's like, fuck, my daughter's hot, And I loved it. I love women. I think women are fascinating. It kind of goes all the way back to Eve, right? I mean, that's like the first story we're told about woman, right? Although, if you are into Jewish mysticism, Lilith is kind of the first woman. Lilith was the first woman. She was made man, Adam, and then Lilith, or I don't know what order it went in. But Lilith wanted to dominate Adam sexually, and he was intimidated and said, Dad, I don't like this. She's not like pretending to be dominant. She's really dominating me. Because like now, pretending to be dominant, you're like, I want to get on top, But Lilith was really on top. So she got out of there, and then from Adam's rib, he created Eve. And I relate to Eve, I must say. I come from a long line of ribs. Like submissive, like creatively brilliant women, but serving the man as a little helpmate, My mom and mom before her, they were wonderful moms and had jobs, but they made a house a home was their primary number one. They knew a thing or two about knickknacks, And that's really what makes a house a home, is the knickknacks. If you walk into a woman's house and there are no knickknacks, that is a Lilith descendant. If you walk into a house and there are blue ceramic ducks on the mantle, that's an Eve. And I relate to Eve. I'm a rib. I love it when my boyfriend calls me, pet names like Flower and Buttercup. It reminds me of simpler times when I was just a little rib, like objectify me. Turns out I am a piece of meat, So that's a little bit about me. To just get more in depth. I'm from Ohio. Okay. Yes, and a lot of people are like, oh, I have a lot of friends from Ohio. Like California people are like, oh, I have so many friends from Ohio. They're the nicest people. It's like, yeah, because they got out. They're very happy to be away from that. The diaspora of Ohioans who have found the liberal coasts and are like, wow, it's not humid here. Maybe it's because the humidity is just a bunch of unanswered questions hanging in the air for decades. Why did they sequester off the roots of the KKK and allow it to annex out the popular vote? Anyway, too real, I know. You guys, but we have to be real. We have to speak the truth because we have to. What else is life but not to be talked about? Like right now, Adam, Eve, they're in couples counseling. I saw it. I live streamed the whole thing. And mainly, they're upset because the Garden of Eden is being run over by Turkey like tanks right now. And shit is sad. Shit is very sad. And I tried to make myself feel better. I must admit, I try to make myself feel better every night. I lay down and I open up my phone and I scroll Instagram, obviously, but it's Ariana Grande's Instagram that brings me peace. It is. She is me, is you, is we are her. Yes. Right? Okay. Her terrorist attack was your terrorist terrorist attack. You know, her dead ex-boyfriend is your dead ex-boyfriend. The dog that he left behind, that she's now taking on a world tour, is your dog that your dead ex-boyfriend left behind that you have to take care of. I mean, it's not all the same, but in a way it is, okay? Like her strength is your strength, and you have to hold on to that. In this time, you have to hold on to that. Thank you. Next! You know? Like, we can be strong even though we're falling apart. So I lay down in my bed and I watch Ariana. And by the way, she's on tour right now. She's in Germany or something. She'll be at the Chase Center in November. I'm not kidding, okay? I'm a fan. I'm from Ohio. Pop culture was my culture. That's all I had. So Ariana, she sings to her audience of millions, sold out arenas all over the country, like this. Yo, you know, this is needy. She sings a song about being needy. I can relate to that. She sings a song about, you're not my boyfriend, ooh, and I'm not your girlfriend, but you don't want to see nobody else, and I don't want you to see nobody. I can relate to that. Now, it's like anyway, so I'm obsessed with Ariana, and I wanted to politicize her a little bit for the sake of the truth that needs to be told. And so I thought, of all the women running for president, who would Ariana Grande get behind? Kamala Harris. Yay! Because Ariana has aligned herself with really powerful black people. Singers, songwriters, Tommy T, Victoria Monet, Taylor Parks, like pretty cool black people, and she's like working with them, you know. And she's a white Italian from Boca Raton, and that's fine. It is what it is. It's just the truth, okay. The comedy is that I like to impersonate her for you tonight as a singer for Kamala Harris's 2020 campaign theme song, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, this is Ariana Grande singing for Kamala Harris. Yeah, I gotta get it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you love it how she moves, yeah. You love it how she touches you, Kamala. When all is said and done, we need a one in the White House. Kamala, she is so fine, yeah. Trump is such a waste of time, yeah. Prosecutor and the senator, see the way you like it, how she climbed the ladder. Refuse to relive last election. I'm sorry that I give you erection. You gotta listen, I'm a sexy mouse. We need a woman in a White House, yeah. Singing is a great way to say words that you're too uncomfortable to say. Here's another song for you. Do you believe in life after Trump? Russia rigged our election 4 years ago. Donald J is a rape baby, oh no! I'm not falling for it no more. Pelosi's taking it to the Senate floor. Oh, yo! Donald J is a rape baby, okay? And they're trying to take us Brett Kavanaugh style to another Ukrainian rape party, and it's not gonna happen! Kamala's gonna prosecute that shit, or at least we hope, right? Alright, that's my set. I am so appreciative of this time.
You only did 10 minutes. You don't want to do more?
Do I have more time?
Please.
All right. So, like I said, I'm from Ohio. Change of pace. That was the climax. But let's just come back. Come back. I am from Ohio. Bay Area is like my Europe. This is as well traveled as I get. Someone the other day was like, I'm really well traveled. I was like, me too. All the way from there to here. My mom, let's get more personal and a little heavy, suffering from cancer. Truth, telling it. Yeah, it's hard. We all know someone who's dealing with that bullshit. And this is how I've processed it. This is good. I'm going to take you down for a second, but I promise I'll bring you back up. Her cancer came on her vagina. And in order to surgically remove that, they needed to remove her whole stomach, colon, and the vagina itself. Yeah, I didn't know doctors were doing that, but they are. I didn't know a doctor could one day just be like, I need to take your vagina. But they are, and I learned that information, and it was shocking to me. And she went the chemotherapy route, which is another horrifying situation. And she's doing good, she's doing good right now. But the way I processed that information was, okay, so if a doctor can one day take out my vagina, I gotta touch that motherfucker as much as I possibly can while I have the time, while I still have it. And it's not just for sexual pleasure. I have found out the clitoris is like a GPS. Joanna no longer Google Maps, Joanna taps. If I'm lost, I'm like, where do I go? And it tells me. It tells me where I need to go. Sometimes it works for menial decision making. I'm in the line at the grocery store just rubbing away. For the radio listeners, I'm touching myself right now, actually. With my mind. I'll be in the grocery store and I'll be just kind of conflicted. What do I want for dinner tonight? Broccoli or zucchini? Zucchini it is. Use your clitoris while you can. Is the message there. Touch yourself, okay? Yes, my mother, I told her that joke. She said, please don't joke about this disease. I was like, I have to, otherwise I'd be crying. We need to laugh, we need to cry, we need to do this stuff. And my brothers, we're just going down the family just so you can get to know me, know where I'm coming from, my perspective on life, very, very limited perspective. My brothers, I have 2 older brothers, they used to fart in glass jars and then screw the jars up, and then days later, force me to smell the jar. So, I think when a girl tells you that she wants you to choke her in bed, it's because a long, long time ago, people that she thought she wanted love and affection from were torturing her. And so she's messed up, but it doesn't mean she's messed up. It just means she's a little messed up. A lot of comedians are talking all the time about my girlfriend asked me to choke her, and I did, and it got weird. And it's well, it's not weirder than the fart jar that she had to suffer. It's no weirder than her brothers forcing her into some cabinetry and opening all the doors so she's locked and then making her eat salt and pepper until mom finds out. Torture, love, torture. Not that hard to figure it out. All right. And lastly, my father. I will end with a little anecdote about Rick. We're from a family. We're not, no talking about religion or politics at the dinner table. So it just left us to really just talk about nostalgic memories of our old dog who died. Limited conversation. But as I've grown up, I'm like, no, I'm going to do my part to eradicate racial injustice. And I'm starting with you, Dad. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, so what do you think? What do you think about all this impeachment stuff? And all the man can talk to me about is his new chipper shredder. Yeah, that's all he wants. redirects every conversation to his new chipper shredder. He's making his own mulch, I guess. So he tells his dad like to take pieces of wood and turn them into smaller pieces of wood. Just fine, yeah. He's making his own mulch, I assume, so that he can bury his ever-awakening conscience. Take that, Dad. All right, thank you so much.